Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. Welcome. My name is Kwabena Darko. Welcome. 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 So let's see if some people will join us. Today we want to talk about, business, entrepreneurship. Those who are thinking of starting a business. Those who are thinking of starting a business. What we can all learn. So, welcome. Starting a business is very tough, they say. And we've been programmed to believe it. So today we want to share some few things. Because the reality is that government will employ some people. The companies they call multinationals, huge companies, will also employ some people. And then the rest of us, we will find ourselves to work for the companies that we call small, medium, and micro businesses. And if we don't find ourselves working for them, we would eventually have to find a way to build for ourselves. And so it's important that we take this seriously, especially as Africans, because without many of us innovating, starting businesses, the wealth of Africa will be in the hands of those who are using the resources of Africa to build wealth. The wealth of Africa will be in the hands of those who are building businesses, are thinking, are structuring. So it's important that we think of this, and it's important that we draw the minds of our people, to look at these things. They are important, they are critical, very much important. And the onus is on all of us to pay attention. And I want to use myself as an example. So you're born into a family, into a culture, you're sent through school. And when you are going through school, you're not told that maybe you are going through this school so that you will come and build something. Usually, even the courses that we see in our universities, the courses are built on the demand on the market, or what the market demands. So a lot of the times they will give such courses to people. They think, the courses that there is demand, those are the courses that the most intelligent or those who had the grades will be given opportunity to study. So when they see it, then those who didn't have a lot of good grades, will be giving courses with less demand on the market. So right from there, you're being programmed to just go through the school so that you will get some big company to give you a job. Now, if maybe it's true, but if you look at the numbers that are coming from our schools, and you ask yourself, so where are the industries that will absorb the so-called intelligent people reading all these courses that they have hyped, So my name is Kwabena Darko. If you just joined us, we want to talk about those of you who are thinking of starting businesses, and I'm laying the foundation because it's important that we think like that. And sometimes I think the world has been structured. The word has been said that those of us who would go through school would want to come out and look for job. So let's say I want to partition. I want to divide any population into three. So the first section are those with, let's say, from no school to say secondary school education. If you look at Ghana's economy, for instance, or any part of Africa, those without any education at all, who cannot read, who cannot write, they don't worry about, getting multinational job. They don't call themselves professionals. They know that they didn't have any kind of education, and they probably will not be employed in any organization except the very low, positions. So when they start, they are not thinking of, how about if I start the business and it doesn't work? They really don't worry about those things. Because, if you see him go to farm, he's going to farm because that's all that he has to, If he learned some work and he's gone through the apprenticeship and he's completed it. When he starts to trade or he starts to practice his trade, he's not looking at if it doesn't work, let me go and look for somewhere, because that is the conditioning. Now the problem is those of us who can read, who can write, especially let's say from JSS education to, let's say, SSS. We are the ones being told to write CVs and go and look for a job. And the other one, the university people, they are in a different category because they call themselves professionals. So the accountants, the engineers, the doctors. They are the ones who ask you, do you think it's worth it for me to start a business? So we talk to every one of us in those categories. So for you to go through higher education and then come out and say that I want to start a business, you may have been somebody who had a family or who was very much close to people who may have gone to school and who started businesses. And if I talk about business, I'm talking about businesses that are innovating, that are building systems, that are building products, that are introducing things to the market. Businesses that are, the person starts with an idea, he believes that it can work, and he continues to push until it works. Those kind of businesses I am talking of. So for us to create wealth, so to say, because let's face it, the people that we call, the people that we give menial jobs to and the people that we give professional jobs to, the difference, if you look after 30 years, after 40 years, the difference is not so much how much wealth they are able to live or how much wealth they are able to accumulate. It's not that. It's more of they pay you so that you can get by and drive some car if your salary was enough. And that's why most people are hate when they are in latter part of their lives. So we have to think of our education again. We have to think of our conditioning again. We have to think of how we can look at ourselves developing the right skill set, the right mindset, the right capacity to build businesses. And it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of time. Now, the other day I was in somebody was talking to me and he said that, if you start business, there is no money to start business. It is very difficult. In Ghana, nobody will help you. And it dawned on me that so long as you carry this kind of mindset, you see, in this world, if you want to be just following anything and you just have any drive, any ambition, then it's okay. But if you want to achieve something, especially those of you who think that you can start businesses, you can build something, because it takes a lot of work, then there is a disposition you cannot have. You cannot be talking like, nobody wants to. You have to have an open mind. You have to be somebody who wants to learn. Because one thing about our youth is putting yourself in a situation where you are ready to learn and challenge your thoughts. So long as you are in a situation where you think all you know is okay, and all that the other people are saying is not important, you don't need it. They don't know what they're saying. They don't know the difficulties that you're going through. They really don't have any idea. Then it will be very difficult for you to come to a position where you'll be able to build a business. So as I engage young people, I want to look at the mindset, Because if you have a certain mindset, you don't have to go and look for. Just go and believe in what you believe in, and leave those who want to start business to do something for themselves. Because you have to say that, okay, I've gone to school, but let's say that the school, just as the school did not teach you much about how to create wealth and how to create finances, I mean, how to pick an idea and build it into something. The same thing the school possibly may not have equipped you, to start a business, which means that you are coming with a clean slate. You don't know much about what you're going to go through, the things that you need to know, the skills that you have to have for you to build a business, especially when you have spent about 15 to 20 years in the classroom. So you come up with that. You don't come to say that, oh, what they are saying does not work. It's not true. You don't know the reality. We are going through a lot of problems. You don't even have what to eat. If you are in that kind of thinking, we are not talking to you. You're talking to people who want to be above the heat, want to stay above the heat, want to do something, want to commit to something, because it takes work. It takes work for you to build a business, So if you are with the other side, then I would say that just go and look for some government work, or go and look for some multinational work. But even that, what is the percentage of us? Sometimes when people are talking of job, I say that the jobs are in highly industrialized countries, because it's industry, corporations that create jobs. In countries that the industrialization is not so much, the jobs maybe in a different shape and form. And that's why you have to be equipped to do something for yourself, because the jobs may not so much be in. That's why when you talk to, people who have completed school, they say that I have sent CVs to a lot of places and nobody's, because the same CV that you sent for that position, there could be a lot of people who have also sent the same thing. It does not mean that you will not get any job. That is, especially if you want to reduce the so-called school and get any kind of job you will get. But so long as you want to hold that certificate and say that I was trained as this engineer, I had this kind of class, I'm looking for this position and this job with this salary, with this car and house and maid and everything, that kind of position, I'm saying that in the industries are not many, not the ones that I know. So you in that, maybe 100 of you or 1,000 of you looking for the same kind of position. So long as there is so much supply of labor for these positions, nobody really is looking for you. So when you don't pick that job, another person will be there. So we have to equip our young people to think differently. Because if you don't, most of you could, can be at home for the next 5 years, for the next 10 years, for the next whatever years, or you'll be rushed to go and look for scholarship and go and do some kind of course that you never thought of. But now you are at a point where you're so much frustrated, so you must have a job, Or maybe you are not even in this kind of category. You're not a young person who has just finished university, national service, and you're looking for a job. Maybe you even worked. You worked and something happened, and they told you to go home, and you don't know what to do. And now you're thinking of how do I start a business? You may have gone through it. Maybe you may even be a team leader, a manager. You probably had money, cars, and then now everything is dropped. So now you're thinking, how do I start a business? We will go through some of the things, but I'm saying that the psyche must be, you have to be very aware that your mindset is so critical to you starting a business and coming close to the reality on the ground in terms of what it takes for you to shift positions to be able to pick any idea and build it into a business is also very much important. So if you're not non-professional, the people we call non-professional, and the people we call professionals, and they are. It will take you about 10 years, don't forget that, for you to get the right skill set. If you're like me, where you come from a background where, you had to learn almost everything to build something for yourself, it will take you a lot of time for you to really get to a stage where you understand, especially if you don't. There are some businesses, once you enter with not so much complications, you'll be able to pick the lessons faster. But even that, you're going to learn how to manage money, how to manage the product, how to understand the market, how to, structure your business well. So it takes time for you to learn. So it's a whole school on its own. You're going to learn a lot. Just as you were patient to be taught how to write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C, D, business and entrepreneurship is the same way. So you have to know that you're going to learn. It's not just about you having money, looking for money looking for a contract to, execute so that you can go and buy Land Cruiser. That's not it. That's not it at all. We are talking of somebody picking an idea, building into a business where you start to employ other people, where the business starts to even create more income, more revenue that you yourself, you don't even need that kind of money. You can exhaust all that kind of money that is coming in. So now you're creating opportunities. It becomes a vision, it becomes something that you're committed to building. You're creating value for society, you're creating jobs. That kind, I'm saying that it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of time to get to that position where you will see that this idea is now working. And now you are in a position where you understand what you are really doing. That is important. And it takes fight. You're going to fight with yourself. You're going to fight with a lot of demons, people who trick you, all kind of things that you're going to go through. And you've got to be very much determined. You've got to be very much determined. So the other day I listed some points that I would want all of us to go through. And we say that you have to start small. Start small. Look at your environment. Some people will always be asking, what kind of business idea? I think that in Ghana, for instance, once you get out of your house, business, or even in your house, business ideas are everywhere. As a matter of fact, you look at the women who are selling, look at the young boys who are selling. Everything that they are selling is a business idea. Everything that they are selling is a business idea. So if you don't have much money, you don't have much exposure, you don't know anybody, then just look around. Look through your room. What is it that you think that you can sell that anybody will buy and you're passionate about? You see, because it's school and because it's training, you are going to train yourself in a particular business that you're going to do. And then you're going to train yourself as to what you need to run a business. There is a particular, there are things that you have to know in running a business for the business to become successful. That's why sometimes when a business is not doing well, an existing business is not doing well, sometimes they change the head, they bring somebody else, and the same business that was not doing well starts to do well. The difference is what? Is in the skill set, is in the exposure, is in the expertise of the one that they brought. So the same with you and your business. If you're going to succeed, the expertise that you have, the decisions that you're making, the skill set that you have developed, up until when your skill set is working, your decisions are working, you're committed to the business, you're making the right choices, you're engaging the right contract, the right product, you understand the market, you know how to manage the money, you know how to pick the right person and train them, build a productive culture. Until you know that, you're going to go through a lot of and that's the stage where most people start to say that it's so difficult to build a business. It's so difficult, I agree, but what else in this world is not that difficult? Sometimes when you see somebody, let's say you see the people we call informer, sometimes you see a man and a wife or a woman who has been able to build, let's say, a provision shop, or they have been able to build a big outlet where they sell all kind of products there. Sometimes when you meet them, you may think that, if these people have been able to do it, I'll be able to do it. What you don't know is that most of them did not start from that position. They probably started by selling on their head. So they started at a level that they could manage. Then as the capacity developed, as they began to understand the business, to understand the customers, to understand the market, to understand how to manage the money, then you see that their business will start to grow. Now, the same time, when you give somebody the same capacity, who has never run this such business before, a lot of the time people think that, when you give me money, I can go and open a business and then I will run it. If you have never done it before, they will go and open the business for you. Dress it there, Sometimes you can see a lot of people with boutique, they get some money from somebody, or maybe, people have their ways of getting money. And then they open a very nice boutique in a very nice place. They are the ones who open it and invite everybody. They will play a lot of music. They focus on, the design, the color, the interior fittings, they call those people. And they have never gone through all the stages before. Somebody just gave them money. A lot of the times, those people fail. Just give them 1 year or 2. The same shop, the same business that he invited, restaurant, maybe drinking bar, chop bar, all kind of, business. They start from a very high level, but they didn't have that. They have never run any business like that before. Sometimes they want to compare themselves with the people they call, the informal, the illiterate, the people who have not gone to school. But the advantage they have is that they have capacity. They understand their business. They have done it over 20 years, 30 years. They know where to source it. They know how to manage it. They know how to prevent people from stealing what they have. They know, they can tell this employee is good. This employee is not good. They know. And you, because they gave you money, free money, and you stage it so high, after just a few years, you see that we can find you. The difference is that the capacity. You didn't have the right set of skills to manage that business, to make it successful and to grow it. So sometimes it's not so much the level that you're starting, but it's so much the capacity that you have or you have developed. And that's why when you start small, you get that advantage to learn all the details of the business. Majority of us, those of us who have gone to school, if you go to a lot of our universities, the courses that they are doing there, once you finish the university, you go to school to read all these kind of courses. Business has a lot to do with accounting and maths and thinking and right decision and data, and you're analyzing issues. Most of us who go to school, they teach us things that have nothing to do with maths and data and analyzing and understanding systems and structures. We have no clue. So now that we have come to do business, we are going to learn all these things until you have some level, some appreciable level of grip of these things. You will not win at your business. So that's why sometimes I say that if you look at our universities and what they are teaching our people, they are setting them to fail in life. Because how do you teach somebody courses, courses that the skill set that they need to build anything for themselves, they are absent. The understanding, at least if you have some understanding of maths, for instance, data, how to use computer, for instance, the people who did, let's say, computer engineering or computer science, they come out with some basic skills that they can easily build something and start to push it and build business around it. If you do a course that you can easily come out with a product or a service that somebody else is ready to pay you, you are way ahead of the other one who completed school and came out with nothing except talking. And that's why they are, So it is important that you pay attention, even if you are in school and you're doing these courses. I'm not trying to mention, but a lot of these BA courses and art courses where there is no technical systemic understanding, where we are teaching you where the world is going, where when you finish that school, you can develop an app, you can build a website, you can do something that can easily be turned into a business. Then I would say that in your free hours, use your time, go and join those courses that are teaching you computer science, programming, web design, graphic design, app designs, things that have to do with things that you can easily use to build a business, or maybe you go and learn how to wed or sew or cook, things that you can easily, because if I know how to cook, for instance, I can easily start by selling, watch a joint. It can easily be a business. Or maybe if I know how to sew shirt, for instance, I can easily start a clothing line. I can produce, let's say, maybe I can repair a mobile phone. Easily, I can say that I'm opening up a mobile phone repair shop. And with that, I train. And that repair shop that we probably start can become a business. But when you have no skill, no product skill, no service skill, and you have very weak understanding of maths, it becomes so much difficult for you to even think of any business idea. And you're coming from a background where there is nobody in the family or you're not close to any business at all. And that's why, look well, you see that most of us who went to read languages and psychology and physiology and all those courses, when we come out, I remember when I started to learn about business and they were talking about, cash flow and, profit and loss and all those things, and things about contract, the engineering that I did, those things were alien to us. So if I were to go to school today, I will say that maybe let me go to the business department, and when they have accounting going, or when they are teaching something about business management, I'll go and sit in and learn. Not to even write the exam, but I'll go and learn. And the kind of engineering that I did, it was very difficult for me to come up with any skill or any product right away. So I would also go and join maybe somebody on the street, learn how to make something or how to repair something. Then out of that, I can easily come out of school and build business from those skill sets. So if you don't have that, then it becomes difficult. And that's why a majority of our graduates are not able to come up with business ideas. Why? Because of the exposure, the things that they've been exposed to. They don't help them to come up with businesses. So if you don't have any technical skills, then start with selling. If you don't have any technical skills, then I would say that look at what somebody else has produced that you can sell. What somebody else has produced that you can sell. It's one thing that you can produce something and sell, service or product. And if you can't do that, then maybe somebody has produced bread. You can say that you want to sell bread. You are not producing the bread. You are just going to pick from the person to sell. Somebody will say that, oh, maybe I can sell mobile phones. Maybe I can sell clothes. Maybe I can sell shoes. Maybe I can sell plantain, because that's a good point for you to start, because you don't have a lot of technical skills to produce anything, and you may not even have the resources to produce, but you can easily start to sell something, and that is a good place, because all businesses, as a matter of fact, no matter what you produce, you will still have to sell it anyway, so it's a good place to think of you entering into business, selling. And of all the things that I've tried, I think that it's very easy for you to enter the selling side because right from there you can start to understand money, pricing, what they are buying, what they are not buying. It's very easy for you to build a very successful business if you understand how the market reacts, what the market wants, what the people want. And you can only understand that when you start with the selling. So maybe we may not have, but the mass you have to. Even if you are selling, even if you are selling, you must understand how you are going to do your accounting, your mass, the things that you buy. How much did you buy them? How much percentage is the profit that you're putting on it? How much are you using for electricity? How much are you using for the transport, for the mobile, the phone calls? Those things you have to at least have basic understanding of. So if you cannot start, the other thing is that you can start, okay, we talk about selling. And the other thing is that you cannot start, if you cannot start alone, then look for a partner. That's another good thing. Sometimes is maybe you look at yourself, you don't know what to do. Maybe your friend has some kind of expertise. You can join, especially look for a good friend. Look for somebody who is thoughtful, somebody who is selfless, somebody who is a team player. Look for somebody, because there are things that can make a partnership work easily, and there are things that will make it frustrating. So look for somebody, a friend who is always, look, not just for the heart, but also at least some business sense as well. Some business sense as well. So it's easier for you to get it started if you and your friend can come together. But your friend should be somebody who compliments you. The friend should be somebody who has some kind of respect for you. He should have you at, and he should be somebody who wants to succeed in life and who can think far. If he's just looking for food to eat, employ him. Don't let him be a partner. So look for other things that you can do for free. Because one of the things that I've seen is that when you have no skill set, when you have no connection, when you have no exposure, and you see somebody carry something, can you help them? Because the thing is that until you get out of your room and get involved in what is going on around, you may not be able to think much of what you can do with your life. So sometimes just being a good person and helping somebody, a business can come out of it. There are a lot of businesses that people have started just because they were just trying to help people out of it. And out of nowhere, it struck them that, this one can be a business. So the things that you enjoy that you can do for people for free, you never know. That can easily be turned into a business. Easily it can be turned into a business. So what are the things that you can easily do for people? It's likely that you can have a business idea from there. But the other thing is that don't wait for money. Yeah, somebody says, "Oh, I have a good business idea, but I'm waiting for somebody to give me money." So you go and prepare very nice business plan. You bind it, and you're looking for investors. Maybe you'll be lucky, but that's not the kind of thing that I believe in. I believe in start with what you have. You have an iPhone, you have a Samsung phone, you have 3 shoes in your room, you have 9 shirts, you have a lot of clothes, and yet you are saying that somebody should give you money. If you really believe in that idea, sell some of the things and raise the money and start from where you are, because people would give you money if they have to, when you have shown that you are also committed to doing something. So you cannot be having car, you drive car, and you say that somebody should give you money to start a business. A lot of the times, it proves that you are not really committed to what you think you want to do. So if I so much believe in it, I would have to sell my laptop, or I would have to sell, if I would have to sell my watch, I have to do something. Everybody has some kind of, something that they can easily sell to raise a little money to start a business. So don't wait for money to start a business. Don't wait for anybody to start a business. You have been at home for 5 years already, and you are still intelligent. You are telling people that a lot of people are very intelligent. They don't want to lose anything. They want to conserve, and then they want somebody else to pay for their risk. The world does not operate like that. That's why when you have something and it's yours, nobody can take it from you because it's yours. You say that this is mine, my name is on it, I work for it. The same way that nobody should work so that you come and enjoy. So take risk. That's how you become proud of yourself. Take risk to say that, listen, I took risk. I sold this. I paid something. I sacrificed for this. I stopped eating so I could put money down to start this business. I had to let these things go so that I could start this business. Don't wait for somebody. Stop worrying people and always calling them and say that, can you send me money to? No. If you so much believe in that vision, go after it. If you so much believe that what you have is of something, then take the first step. Everybody has an advantage. What do you think are your advantages? The things that you have advantages in. What do you think? What do you come with? What do you come with? Do you have, maybe some people are very much intelligent in terms of academics, which means they think faster. Some people like reading. Some people, maybe some people like them. Once they see them, they see their personality, they like them. Maybe they're nice, they're beautiful. Some people, they are not nice. Some people like people. Some people, they work, they don't get tired easily. Some people are so serviceable. They will come and clean, they will wash, they will come and wait on you. What do you have? Some people, maybe it's their uncle. Some people, it's their family name. Some people, they just know how to play football. There's some people. So what do you think are the advantages that you came with? Nobody, you can't say that I don't have any advantage. That is not true. You have friends. The friends that you have, I don't have the same friends. The family that you come from, I don't have. Your name. Sometimes you go somewhere and they say, so do you know, you can easily strike a conversation with somebody just because you have a particular name that maybe somebody else is popular in that name, So there is an advantage that all of us, that every one of us has some advantage, whether it's talent, sometimes you go somewhere and say, so you went to the same school with this guy. And it's, you start to talk just because you happen to have gone to the same school, or you even come from the same village, or maybe, maybe your girlfriend and their girlfriend come from the same town. You never know. So there's always a place that you can connect with something that can become your advantage. So don't have the thinking that nobody to help me, nothing works for me. That's not true. That's very far from the truth. So matter of fact, there are 99%, if you are striking percentage, of things that work for you than of things that work against you. And one thing about you thinking to start a business is that you have to be very much optimistic in your decisions. You need that energy. You need that positivity. You need to be somebody who so believes that there is a greater future. You believe that, and you're ready to work for it. You have to be that. You cannot be a sadist. You cannot be somebody who just thinks that, nothing, everything is working against me. Nobody is for me. My grandfather, I don't have it. I'm alone. Those kind of thinking will depress you. you will not have energy to pursue anything. So you have to be somebody who knows the advantages that you have, and you must know that this is my advantage and this is my disadvantage, and focus on the advantages. So then the next one is learn how to connect with people. Learn how to connect with people. One thing I've seen about people, somebody will say that, oh, I want to do business, but they are not patient in connecting with people. You have to be very proactive to express interest, and even if you have to be taken advantage of, to connect with people, to network. If you're the kind of person who takes advantage of people, you just call people when you need help, and when you don't need help, you don't call anybody. You don't have it. You don't have it. You have to be very conscious to invest in the relationships, in the people that you need to connect with. You need to. If you don't do that, people will see you as somebody who is greedy, somebody who is self-focused. So people will not help you. You need to pay attention, genuinely pay attention to helping people, to being accessible. People can access you, people can come to you. And you don't just have to call somebody because you need help. No, you call them because you just want to invest in that relationship. Most people don't know this. Most people don't know this. And in the moment, if you want to build a business and you don't know this, then you are not ready. Because you are trying to build a network. You're trying to connect with people. You need information. Somebody knows something. Somebody knows somebody. Somebody can easily open a door for you. But nobody wants to help people who are just interested in only themselves. So for instance, if you want to talk to me, no problem. But you don't call me when you only need help. That is dangerous. That is not good. Because then you call me 1, 2, 3, the next time say this guy is selfish, is self-focused, Or I want to call somebody and I only connect them when I need help. And when it's about me, there's no rest. Oh, can I come to your house? I want to meet you. Why do you want to meet me? Because you need money or need help. But you have never decided to say, oh, let me come and just give you a visit. Just not because I need help, but just because I want to invest in that relationship. If you don't have that, people will find out later. So you need quality network, quality relationship. You need to spend money to connect with right people. And when they give you access, always remember that don't take people for granted. Always remember that you keep that respect. Respect is currency. Great people will open their door for you if you know how to work with them. You don't have to be a sycophant, but you have to be a genuine person, and you have to be somebody who does not just fall on people because you need help, but somebody who builds relationship. You build relationship. That is a good sign that you can be an entrepreneur, because one of the gifts of an entrepreneur, of a business person, is that they're able to identify greatness before they even happen. So your energy, your persistence, your network, your character, they are the assets that you have to start a business with. Your persistence. You don't give up easily. You start business, you collapse, then you say, I'm not going to start again. Then you're going to the malam to look for the reason that business did not start. He did not, the reason that business failed. You're looking for malam. You are learning. We said that it's a school. You're learning. So you're going to go through a lot of problems, a lot of challenges, but you're learning. You're graduating every now and then. Now you're tooling up. It gets to a point that you know that this is different. This is it. This is not it. You know where to step, where not to step. You know what to trust, where not to trust. You know when to buy the product, when to say no. You know when to open your door to this. You know when to take that money and not when to take that money. You know that when you take money from somebody to build a business, you want to, because your character is so much important than the money that you think you need. Your character. If people trust you, they can give you anything. But when you don't have character, okay, you will think that you are smart, but you will go and come all the time. So you have to develop this attitude that when you say yes, it's yes. When you say no, it's no. When people give you this, they know that it's safe with you. If you don't have that, then you have a problem. Then you are not qualified to build a business. And don't be shy in starting from the bottom. Don't be shy in starting from the bottom. What it means is that If you have to go to Makola to buy the thing from the ground or sit in the sun to start to sell tomato, be ready to do it. It's so much how you start it. It's not much how low, but it's so much. Can you start? Because nothing, business is about starting. You can write all your business ideas and everything, but it's about starting. The idea that you have, it doesn't have to be perfect. Don't wait till the idea is perfect. It's never true. Just start. Once you start that idea, that once somebody starts to call you, say, Kwasi, bring me one of the beds, one of the slippers, you have a business. You set it in motion. Then you start, the ideas start to generate. Then people will start to call you. Then your friend, you say, oh, I saw that somebody who was sewing this was doing the same thing. Maybe I can pick his number. Then you start that, they start to connect you. Why? Because then they start to see you do something. So now people can identify. They can really focus your direction. You know, they say that you are into this. They start to link you up. So it doesn't matter you start from the bottom. Especially those of you who think you have gone to school. Put the school somewhere. Start. If you have to put it on a head, do it. I tell you. Because it doesn't take much time for you to start to see what works. You know, for you to start to see what works. If you are waiting for a big level to start, you are not ready. Especially when you don't have the resources and you don't have the network and you don't have anybody to start you from that level. Start from the level. If you're on the ground and you want to get up, where do you get up from? You get up from the ground where you fell. You know, so you're not. All right. So don't be shy at all. Don't be shy to start with whatever you have. When your friends in suit and tie and you meet them in their Benz and their Range Rovers, you know, and you have just started selling wache or molly or something like that. And they say that, Jack, what do you do? Tell them you have started a business. I've started a business. I've just started a business. I'm looking for market. Link me. Don't talk yourself down. Don't talk as if don't get depressed because you saw your friend with a car and you have started. Do you know what energy it takes for you to start a business? The ideas that you have to put together. It really does not matter the level where your friend has reached or you think that you know. Don't ever put yourself down. If you can come up with a business idea, you're selling student books, you're selling stationaries, you're selling kenke, whatever that you're selling. If you sat down and you created that, never meet anybody and feel like what you have is nothing. Because the difference is not in the car or not. The difference is in the seed that you have planted. If you're ready to work on that seed. So have resolve, have absolute confidence in yourself. You need that confidence in yourself. That this standard of when people meet you, don't talk. Some people think that when they talk, I don't know what they call it. Is it humility or something? They talk as if you know, it means they're humble. No, you're not humble. You're dissipating the energy in the vision. You know, you're destroying it. Talk. Be proud of what you have started. Some people say, "Oh, okay. So you have become and you didn't get a job. That's why you have started the business." You know, it will be small. It will be people will like to talk you down anyway, but don't accept that for yourself. All right. Look at what you have started and say that, wow, I thank God that I've been able to start this and I'm working on this and it's going to grow. I'm going to go through all the development that I have to go through as a person for this thing to work. You have to have that kind of thing. Don't say that, you know, the way we are suffering, the way I'm suffering, you know, the economy is very bad. Nothing is working. If you talk like that, you're not ready. You must as well stop and go and look for something else because you don't believe in it. You don't believe in it. You know, so look at that when you meet your friends and package your idea well. Package that idea well. Give the business a name. If you have to register it, register it. Create a Facebook account for it. If you can build a website, build for it. Instagram, you know, wherever. So you will live in a time that is so easy for you to launch anything for people to see you. You know, so take advantage of that. WhatsApp groups, send what you are doing to people. Send what you're doing to people. Maybe you want to sell charcoal from the village, you know, package it well. Print, go to the designer to say that, can you design something? Maybe MK or W, you know, or Kwame Charcoal, you know, to something. Put your name down, put your telephone number down. When we were 25 years ago, we didn't have any telephone number, personal telephone number to put it on any business. Now it's very easy for you. You have a mobile phone, you have a smartphone. Put your number on it, put a Facebook address on it, tell them to contact you, you know, because it works. It does work for a lot of people. People are building network just through social media, you know, and you are there thinking old. A lot of our young men think old. They just waste their time on football, waste their time on entertainment, waste their time on things that will not add value to them. You know, everybody's trying to make something. You are there. You are consuming. You are spending a lot of your time consuming nothing that will add value to you. No, anything that you can, even if it's purple. I have friends who sell. What is the name? Coconut. Young boys. Coconut that they sell. Coconut. Every time I pass there, we buy some. Just today, you know, 6 p.m. he was still there selling. This is a boy who sells every day. I'm sure maybe tomorrow they will rest, Sunday they will rest, maybe. So from Monday to Saturday, from morning to evening, constantly people pass there and they buy. Some people are buying 3, some people are buying 2, 1. For 1 is 2 CD, 50 pesos. So if he gets if he gets 100 a day, do you know how much he has made? And I'm sure he sells more than that. So every week he has profit. And you are there, you are saying that you don't have any work to do. You know, and you say you don't have any work to do. The difference is in the service. The boy, one of them, he's always smiling. Always smiling. Always smiling. And you buy from him to collect his money. He has a business. If he manages his money well, if he manages his customers well, he may not have to even change that business. He can still do a lot with his life because that business is bringing revenue. You know, and you are speaking English. When they tell you something, instead of you to be positive, you are just, there are a lot of people who, especially those people who have finished university. It's amazing. When they just come back with a lot of negativity. These guys who just finished JSS or SSS, they don't worry. He's not thinking about any economy. I've never gone there and this boy talk about economy. He's not talking about economy. He just take the thing and he will just cut it and give you the water, remove the inside. That's it. That's what he does. His focus. If he gets the right information and plans his money well, in a year, these boys can do thousands of sales of coconut. And you'll be there speaking English and writing CVs. And nobody is calling you and you're angry. There are a lot of opportunities that you can see. There are so many opportunities that you can see. Think well. Think well. The reason you will see that you're thinking well is that you're bringing out solutions. When you're always feeling hopeless and limited, your mind, there is something wrong. When you feel like you're not sufficient, you can't do anything for yourself. You can't start with what you have. There's something wrong with the way you're thinking. You know, so this is a young man. There are many. One of them, you will put it on his head and you move, not knowing that he has other boys that sell for him. And the other time was some of them said that I sell 2,000 pieces, 2,000 units of the coconut every week. That's what one of them said. 2,000 every week. If you don't know, 1 is 2.5 Ghana cedis, so multiply. You will see. That's a business right there. Some people are just, look at our women, you will see. Yes, a black power. Yeah, Sun Temple. So we're saying that without creativity, without innovation, you will not be able to build our people. But the basis must be set and must be set rightly. We have conditioned the rest of us to think that all that we need is a job. That is not true. The topmost of any society of the world, they are innovators, they are investors, they are business owners, they are business people, they are entrepreneurs, they are creative, they are using the power of their mind. Look, there are other factors, but if you can push yourself into that, you will also be among those, because we need, for instance, if somebody did not create a computer, we will not be talking here. If somebody did not develop the app that we are using, we will not be talking here. So if somebody did not create this, did not come out with this shirt, I will not be wearing it. So it's value. There is need for a lot of these things, and we have to teach and let our people know that we have to create the value. Don't accept that all that we can do is just write CVs and go and look for a job. And if nobody is giving you any job, then it means that you have been through your register. No, look around your environment. There is always something that you can do. Some of them have tried to scare us that business nobody can do. It's not special. It's cool. All of us can learn to do something. All of us can learn to do something. So package your ideas well, and then package your business well as well. I've talked about that. And you have not started until you start to receive income outside your friends and family. What it means is that when you produce something, maybe your friends will buy it. But when others people you don't know start to buy from you, then you have really done something great. When let's say I designed this cap, for instance. I designed this cap, and maybe my friend, because they like me, they will buy, or my family, my mother will buy something. That is if you have good family or good friends. But when I send it outside and strangers start to buy this, it tells me there is a need for that. So that which you are creating, if people you don't know start to order it, there is value for that. And we have to understand, especially Africans, we have to understand that we are the ones to create this. Especially the people who don't have much, university degrees, and they don't have problem. They can work with what they have. Those of us who went to school, we have problem, because we went to school, and by the time you are through with the school, you think that somebody else, or must give you a job. Somebody must help you. And the number 13 is utilize social media. I think I made some statement on that. Utilize social media. It's a different time that we live in. 20 years ago, I could not use this to talk. And, it's even saving it and somebody can watch it later. It's a different time that we live in. Use it, open your mind. Use it to create value. What is it that you can teach? Some people have courses on subscription. You subscribe to their website, and they teach you what they know. There's something that you know. Maybe you know how to make beats. Maybe you know how to run nails. Maybe you know how to build businesses. Maybe you know how to invest in gold. Whatever that you have, an expertise that you have, there's always somebody who needs what you know. Every time, there is always somebody who is looking for that kind of knowledge. If you don't want to do it for free, you can build a website, you can create a group, share it, and people will pay you for it. So just open your mind and see that there are so many opportunities. Maybe you are somebody in your 60s, and maybe you lectured so much. Now you're at home. There's so much that you know. Maybe you can write books and put them on Amazon Kindle. You never know. Or maybe you can start a YouTube channel and teach. Maybe you never know. Maybe you can build your own website. You start to create traction, because there's something that all of us have. When we Black people must globally raise our consciousness and teach our children that. Yes, sir. And teach, yes, Sun Temple, and teach our people that. Yes, we have to. Because you see, anywhere that I go, they are trying to say that we just have to look for a job. It's not good. In Africa, my grandfather didn't go to school, but he had cocoa farm. My mother's father didn't go to school, but he had cocoa farm. He had his own track, You know, he lived over 90 years. He had money. He didn't die poor. My father's father went to school. He was a teacher. He didn't have money, and he died poor. You know, so then there's something about what they put in our school. You see, there is something about how they. Thank you. There's something that they put in our school. There's something. So we have to look at the content that they're teaching us in our school. We have to challenge them because they are not teaching wealth creation. The best that they're teaching us is that we go and look for government work. You know, and my grandfather didn't go to school. My grandmother didn't go to school, but she had her own business. She had cocoa farms. I remember anytime that at the end of the year, they would bring big sack of money from the cocoa farm. You know, they called that place by Rebon. They would bring a lot of money. I remember I was very small. I was very young. I remember that. So there's something about the school where they just teach you, they condition you to be very happy to get government position and wear suit and be on TV and be talking English and not create value for the people and not create wealth for the people. Now we are talking about creating wealth, creating value. And I'm saying that the best that the school is giving us is ability to read and write, analyze data, take that ability to go and look for the right data. Because by the time that you're through with that 4-year, 6-year education, the data that you have cannot create wealth. It can only get you a job. And if nobody is giving a job, then you feel frustrated. You know, that data, the school data, the straight engineering data, the straight accounting data, the straight medical, you know, the medicine data they give you, that they give you certificate to say that you have BSc, you have PhD in this, that data is only helping you to go and get a job. So if you come from a country that nobody is creating, or the number of jobs that they are creating are way below the number of graduates that they are creating, then you come out and you are looking for something that does not necessarily exist as in your head. You know, they don't exist. They're only in your head. So that's why when you complete school, you think that there are jobs. Those of you in your final year in school, you're thinking that once you come out of school, there will be some companies somewhere to give you a job. That's what they told you in school. You know, that's why you were studying so much to get the best of grades. Good, get the best of grades. But that and wealth creation, they are word apart. If you don't know, look at your lecturers. They can teach you, and there's nothing wrong with it. But for you to teach and look for wealth, that is not true. For you to create wealth, you must understand how wealth is created. You know, and wealth is not created through this kind of a curriculum that they have given us. It's not true. Because if I talk to the people that we call professionals, they're looking for a house and a car and a nice career, you know, and a nice family. That's what they don't understand numbers. They don't understand millions. They don't understand how to pick an idea and create value out of it. They don't understand how to take charge of the market, how to take charge of, you know, the investments. How do you get into real estate business? How do you get into building retail shops? How do you get into mining of gold? How do you get into mining of diamond? How do you create machines, build websites, build e-commerce site, and go into big cocoa farm? How do you build big pineapple farms? How do you do that? These are the things that you ask yourself. How am I going to do this? Am I going to build investment, businesses? Huge. Do I have the skill set? Those are the information that we're looking for. And I mean, I'm saying that the one that they gave you in school was to just get you a job, you know, and usually get a government job so that they will not sack you. People who work for the government, teachers, lawyers, teachers, police people, military people, you know, the people who work for government, they don't sack them. You work. The only thing is that if you are very honest, you will never have any money, you know, but you have your job. Then you go on retirement, then Senate will help you, you know. But we are looking for people who can create value, create opportunities, build factories, build industries, create jobs, introduce new product, new services, build structures and systems. Those kind of thinking. We are saying that you have to give yourself that kind of exposure, that kind of school, that kind of knowledge, you know. So it's doable. So my name is Kwabena Darko. I'm talking about those of you who are thinking of business, you know, thinking of business, how to start your own business. There's a way that you have to think. There's a lot of information that you have to give yourself. If you're just looking at me, myself, you know, the young boys are the ones that I sometimes cry over because when you see somebody with right information that can create the future, you know. And you see somebody with not so much good information. Maybe you can become a musician, maybe you can become a footballer, or maybe a politician, start a church, that is fine. But those of us who are not in this category, we have got to use our creative minds to create the future that we want. Those of us who are not in these categories, you know, we have to build from where we are. And we need a lot of information. And you need a lot of intelligence. I'm telling you, you need a lot of intelligence. And it means that you have to look for a lot of information on how these things are done. You know, so when others are sleeping, you're looking for that kind of information. And it's doable. If only we will say that we deserve more than what they are telling us that we can do. You know, so so you have okay, that's it. So utilize social media. And then number 14 is be optimistic. Don't be afraid of mistakes and losses. Don't be afraid of mistakes and losses. Don't be afraid of mistakes and losses. Depending on how you started, depending on what you had to start with, there will be a lot of errors in business. So don't be scared of that. If you had to start because you had to start, you know, you so much believe, but you look around you and nobody was giving you support. Nobody had given you any expertise. Nobody had taught you anything. But you had to start with what you had to start with. Then accept that you are going to also make a lot of errors, a lot of mistakes. Because then you had the level that you're starting with is so low that you're going to commit a lot of, you know, blunders until you get to a state where you can walk. You know, so let's say you are coming from 20-meter depth, you know, before you reach the ground level, the zero position, you would have suffered a lot. But if you have to start from the zero position or from 10, you go faster, you know. So depending on what you had to start with and the errors that you make. So if your parents were not in business, nobody was in business, you didn't have any business education, you didn't have any hands-on exposure, you didn't get close to people who were running things, then you are coming out with a lot of bats in your head, which means now the bats will get away out of your mistakes. You know, so the product that you don't have to buy, you will buy. The people that you don't have to trust, you will trust. The money that you don't have to spend, you will spend. The loan that you don't have to take, you will take. You know, all those things will come up because then you didn't have so much expertise to start with. So they will also culminate in errors, in losses, in pain, in debt. All those things will come out, you know, because of who you are and what you had to start with. Those mistakes, those pains, those struggles, those difficulties must not stop you. You have to know that. They must not stop you. Those mistakes, those errors must not stop you because they are part of the journey. For you, not for the other person. The other person may not have to go through that. But for you, you didn't have nothing, you didn't have anything, you were full of a lot of, you know, crazy thoughts, a lot of stupidity, so to say. Then the way to get rid of the stupidity is what? It's through the errors, through the mistakes. But don't let that stop you. Some people will never start because they think that they are not comfortable with mistakes. No, the only way that we will know what you know is when you apply it and it starts to the reality will start to react to the quality of the decisions and the choices that you're making. So mistakes and errors should not stop you. Fight back. And the thing about the business journey is that it's sure win. It's sure. I can tell you it's 100% win. It is 100% win. We just have to start and keep going. Yeah, you know, you just have to start and give me. Sure, that is why the president said, if you're a teacher, don't expect. He was man. Yes, if you're a teacher, don't expect to be worthy. Yes, that is exactly that. You pick teaching, they will give you money, salary. You know, maybe you'll be able to buy a car, or you'll not be able to buy a car. But worth is not in the classroom. Have you seen any doctor who is worthy out of the classroom? No. Worth is a product of business, of investment. It's not just of salary. No. Even if they pay you the salary and you don't know how to invest it well and put instruments around that money, you cannot be worthy. Cannot be worthy. Worth is a system. Worth is a structure. Richness is money. So I have $1,000, I'm rich in $1,000, you know. But if somebody takes that 1,000 from me, Do I have a structure? Do I have a system to bring that 1,000? If I don't have that, I'm not worthy. You know, so when you're able to build instruments to continue to bring in the revenue, then you're worthy. Whether you're asleep or you're laughing, you're playing game, it's coming. The business is bringing revenue every day. The investment is bringing revenue every day. Then you're worthy. You know, and some people never know that. I never know that. So as a woman about to move to Ghana very soon without the connections, I want to tell you how reassuring and inspiring I find your talk. Start keeping and keep going. Thank you, Zainab Sokola. Thank you. And when you are in Ghana, let's talk. Let's link up. Let's talk. Let's link up. That's what we want to do. We need to know. We are very intelligent people. Africans, we are very intelligent. The global system is the one that is telling us that we don't deserve the best. You know, and in terms of global business, global finance, global trade, they try to just suppress our involvement. Start something. Even if it doesn't work, your children will see it as a good example. You know, if it doesn't work, your children will see it as a good example. If it doesn't work, they would have example to say that my parents, my mother, my father started this. They did something. I can pick it from there and continue to build. We should not buy it where I go to England and our people are the ones cleaning and working in the factory. We must be owning the banks. We must be owning the institutions, the corporations. It should not be that we are happy with just getting a job. No. Then they'll continue to look at us, suppress us and look down upon us. The moment we create the wealth, we must take charge of the resources of Africa, of the market of Africa, and enter and go beyond the shores of Africa. It should not be that people will just come and just start businesses for us and we are looking for a job all the time. No, it's not right. And we are saying that it's not difficult. It's a school. It's not difficult as in that it's impossible to do. You meet challenges, but everything else is, it's challenging in everything on this earth. So we must say that our people must wake up. It is more honorable to build something and employ somebody than to just take a CV and go and look for a job and think that you're happy. And you don't want any trouble for yourself. No. We should not be comfortable with that. We must tell our people that we need to build businesses. And it's not strange. It can be learned. We can learn them. They are telling us that it's impossible. That's why they took the finances, they took the businesses, they took the history from our education. They took the history so that you don't know who you are. They took the finances so that you don't understand money and wealth. They told you that don't build any business is difficult. So that's why all the MBA things and the business education that they are telling you, they scare you. And so that when you go and meet one trouble, you think that it cannot be done. It can be done. It can be done. Say, I'm enjoying it. Thank you. Yes, we need you to think. We need you. You don't carry the cap and just be looking for help. There are so many opportunities that you can do. Look at the culture, look at the economy. Do something and be proud of it. It takes time, but it can be done. It takes time, but it can be done. So the next one will be optimistic. Don't be afraid of that. That's it. We have said that. And be proud of yourself. Be a good person. Be proud of yourself. Be confident in yourself. Be proud. Be confident. I can do this. You need that. You need that. Don't just be sober and say that, like everybody's trying to sell you. You have to be humble. Being humble means treating people well. That's what it really means. Being humble means loving people, being kind to people. That's humility. It's not somebody trying to manipulate your mind so that they trample upon you and say you're humble. That's not humility. Being humble is being respectful of others, giving what is due others, creating opportunities for others. That is humility. That is not, the humility is not you trying to say that even though you're lying, but you're lying. They ask you're lying, but you are still bowing to them. That is hypocrisy. That's not humility. So be proud of yourself. Believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, nobody else will believe in you. Believe in your capacity. Be proud of yourself as an African. Stop the complaining. Stop the crying. Don't tell me that Ghana is difficult and America is better. America is not better. If you don't have a strategy, if you don't have a structure, if you don't have a system, you can't create wealth. They can send you anywhere in the world. You will still go and look for a job and just be happy with your job. But the system is not, the systems of this world is not built for anybody with a job to be independent of money. Never. Nowhere. If you really want to understand how this global system operates, why do you think they have floated a lot of debt where people cannot have a house until they are giving mortgage? They can't buy a car until they are giving loan. They can't go to school until they are giving loan. They can't even marry until they are giving loan. What do you think is like that? The very top, they don't take that. How did they get there? Of course, there are other histories to it, but at least when you look, when you listen to the topmost of any industry, you see that they are very much focused on getting the right data, reading, studying, stretching their mind. So you can see that these are very sharp-minded people. They read. That's why they're able to create wealth. You can't take from them. And that one, you can fight them on other things. But when it comes to knowing the industry that they operate in, understanding finance, understanding the economy, trading, they are not playing. They go at a very high speed. They are not weak. They study, and they were not born with it. They studied it. They developed themselves. They stretched their mind. They read. You cannot be sloppy and handle wealth. It's never true, unless you inherited it. And that one is not you. But if you had to create it, if you have to create the wealth, it's a byproduct of intelligence. Never forget that. Never forget that. If you didn't have any talent anywhere, and even if you had talent, if you're a boxer and you created money out of the boxing, for you to create investment out of that for the next generation, you need a lot of intelligence. You know, so knowledge is key. Knowledge is key. We cannot be the people just consuming anything and thinking that we are going to be in charge of our economy. It won't work. It will not work. We need a lot of our people to wake up and read and stretch and come up with new thoughts, new ideas, new products, new innovation, new structures, new systems. You know, we have to come up with that. We need to understand that. We have to. It can't be that they always mentioning, look at the billionaire list. They always mention Elon Musk and Bill Gates and Warren Buffett. I said, why are they the only intelligent people? No, of course, it is transfer of the wealth that they store around the world, but they also have done some few things which are right, that they study and they're stretching their mind. Maybe the systems work for them more than us, it's true, but we have to also wake up and read and stretch and build with what we have. So if you're a young man and you're always just looking for graphic sports, then it's not good. Yes, black is beautiful. That's true. That's true. So we need a lot. We need to learn a lot. We need to build a lot. And my name is Kwabena Darko. Thank you for joining me. I'm talking about those who are thinking how to build a business. You want to build your business? Don't just build a business so that I can buy a bicycle and a car and something. You're creating opportunities for us, for our people. And we need a lot of our young minds to come up. We know there are systems, there are frustrations. We understand that. But we are saying that we can live above, we can stretch up beyond those systems. If you're conscious of the systems, if you study, we can build. So once you're coming out of the college, after university, don't cry. Don't say that I have nobody. You have something. You have talent. You have strength. Get knowledge. And don't wait for anybody to help you. Don't wait for anybody to help you. So the next one is be honest, work hard, and don't be selfish. Be honest. Without character, whatever that you're building will fall. Because it's that character that will preserve you in times of trouble. Character is capital. If somebody trusts you, they can give you money that another person would have to secure. There are people who have been given capital to expand their businesses because somebody trusted them. Because somebody gave them, because they were honest, they were straightforward. But you took the other money, you didn't send back. And when it was a time for you to need, for you to need support to expand your business because you were not truthful the first time, nobody else will give you again. So you are not the only person that you're cheating is yourself if you are dishonest. Because eventually it comes to slow you down, it comes to destroy you. So it's like a tall building. The foundation is what is holding that building. No matter how well you dress, no matter how many steps that building goes, when the wind blows, if the foundation is weak, that building will fall. But if the foundation is strong, then the wind can blow, that building will stand. So if you are building business, be straightforward with the finances. Pay the people that you owe. If you have trouble, go and tell them I have trouble. If somebody gives you product, don't go and sell it and keep the money and say that it's not being sold. You're not hold yourself in a very high standard, because that's the only way to grow. Take it from me. Everybody else will fall because they're cutting corners. You stay. Because then people start to say that you are credible. You're a good person. I want to do business with you. Nobody has money to, and if I have money to trade with somebody I know is honest, if I will get 5% profit and I know somebody else is dishonest and I will get 10% profit, I will go with the one with 5% profit because I know that the money is not as at risk. He will pay me back the money. So your character is everything. If you are not straightforward, if you're not truthful, if you're not honest, go and sleep. You are not part of the people that we are talking to. And work hard. Work hard. In the first few years that we start the business, don't sleep. Work hard. Pay attention to the business until the business takes shape. Don't when others are playing football, you want to be watching, you want to be studying. When others are joking, you want to be studying. When others are playing games, you are studying. These are the things that will eventually make your business succeed. So when people are saying that business is difficult, these are the little things that when you do them over time, you see that you are becoming strong. And it's like a baby or your child growing in your house. You will not see. You're feeding them every day, but they're growing. The same boy who was just small, but every day when they grow, you don't see. It's the same way. When you are doing the little things rightly, the business is establishing. The business is growing. It's becoming strong. Before you look back, 5 years in the business, this business has grown because you focus on doing the little things rightly. And we're saying that the little things that you do rightly, one of it is you are straightforward, you're honest, you're truthful, and you remember those who help you. You stay with it. You treat people with kindness, and you work hard. Working hard means that you want to get results. You want to put in the hours. When somebody is saying that if something has to be delivered, you deliver it before you go to sleep. And you don't put your phone off to say that, it's Friday, I'm going to have party. You are starting a business, no party. Put the phone on. If it's 2 a.m. and they call you and you have to deliver, you have to deliver. God, that's the business. That's how your thinking is different from somebody who has a job, who's employed. No, you are leading the business. Your thinking must be somebody who is responsible. There's nobody else responsible for the business but you. So you don't say that I'm tired, I can't go today. You're tired. The business you just started, you're tired. You cannot be tired. You have to hold it or to drop and crash and destroy. Hold it until it can stand. Then you can rest. Then you can rest. You put in the hours today. Tomorrow, you can rest. The money will still come and you still create the value. So you have to think differently from the others. If you think like everybody else, yes, your talk is powerful. I appreciate your priceless information. Yes, we need our people to think right. Hello, everyone. Exploring to grow. Yes, hello. So we need you. Don't say that the moment you shift from being an employee to starting a business, you are on the go 24 hours, I tell you. Your phone is on. We work at home, we work in the car, we work in the offices, we work in our various outlets. Everywhere we work in, you're connecting. Technology is helping. You don't say that I can't work. No, you structure, you're learning, you're growing, you're planning. The business is you. If you fail, there is no business. So when everybody else is trying to have party, we are not having party. This is not time for party. When the money comes, we will have party. But this time, it's like somebody planting the seed. You know, I remember when we had to go to farm. My grandmother would plant the plantain. When you plant the plantain, that's not the time to harvest the plantain. You have to make sure that the plantain is watered, and you weed around it. It grows. So every now and then you go and weed around it. You pay attention to it till it germinates. It can stand on its own. Then it can bear the fruit. You're paying attention. You're taking care of it. You don't say that, no, I'm tired. No, you have, if let's say those who farm tomato, for instance, it needs water, you say that you can't, it will die. The time that the plant needs water, you must water it. Don't say that I'm tired, you put your phone off. They are looking for you, your phone is off because you think that somebody's, you have orders and you're giving excuses. You say that I want to sleep tomorrow, Monday morning. They need the order Sunday, you are saying Monday morning, you bring it. No. Tell them, listen, Saturday evening, I'll drop it. Even though you have agreed to drop it on Sunday. Saturday, you're dropping it, calling the person, please, the things are ready. Where can I drop them? You're serious. If you have this kind of characteristics, you'll succeed. Nothing can prevent you from succeeding. No mistakes that you commit can prevent you from succeeding. I tell you, if you're honest, you're hardworking, and you can be depended on, and somebody can depend on your word. No matter which business that you have, you succeed. And you hold yourself high, you will succeed. If you can do it, tell the person, please, I can do it. If you can do it, you tell the person, please, I can do it. If you take somebody's money, this is your money. If I can't do it, I'll send you the money back. Don't keep anybody's money. Don't cheat anybody. It's not needed. Be very principled, because that's where you succeed. That's the way you build business. Then you see that you start to connect with people who think like you. And that creates a force. So you see that everybody else is dropping, but you are not dropping. And they tell you that it's very difficult, and you can't understand why it's difficult. Why? Because you're practicing truth. You're practicing truth. The one who practices truth cannot be defeated. The surest way that you're going to succeed with your business is because you're on the side of what is true. That's the surest way. You want any safety? Just be straightforward. You say that this is it. I can do this. I can do this. I can stay with this. I can stay with this. I can buy it. I can buy it. Don't let greed lead you. Don't let, because somebody told you to do something, if you're going to put something on it, tell the person, listen, this thing is 20 cedis. Because I took a car, I'm going to make it 20.5. The 5 is for me. If you agree, I will do the work. If you don't agree, no problem, find another person. Don't just say that, oh, it is 25, it is 25 or 20.5, No, let the person understand, this is what I'm charging. You agree? If you don't agree, no problem. I don't have to. If you're doing it for free too, I'm doing it for free. Sincerely, I'm doing it for free. So that when the person goes to check, I'm doing it for free. It's free. Just hold yourself, learn that. Write it in your diary, paste it in your room, that this business I'm doing, totally honest in my dealings. And give yourself 5 years, give yourself 10 years, give yourself these years, you'll see. You'll succeed. If you practice this, you can call me a prophet, 100%. You'll win. Because these are eternal principles. These are eternal principles. You will meet trouble. Sometimes you feel like giving up. Sometimes you feel like you can't do it again. But these principles will hold you. You will win. Absolutely. So if you can learn this and learn them, grow them. If you fall, pick them again. If you can pick these lessons, you will not fail. So my system is be honest, work hard, and don't be selfish. Don't put yourself first, especially when you make money. Don't try to trick anybody, because it can easily disgrace you. You can easily just tell them, yes, this is the money, this is it. It's 100. When they can go back and ask a price, what you tell them is, and if they do that, don't be worried. Sometimes some people give you invoice. Sometimes some people give you invoice, and you go, they are offended when you want to cross check. Yeah, I'm not offended. I've given you invoice. It's 20 cedis per unit. You can go anywhere. and check. I'm not offended. If what I'm saying is true, I'm not offended if you question me. You know, because after all, when you get up every day, how much do you eat? Very little. So why do you have to disgrace yourself, screw yourself, lie, cheat, take money? You don't need it. Everything that you want to do, stay with this process, plan well, structure well, be disciplined, be resourceful. You'll succeed. And you succeed, and you'll be so much proud of yourself because you practice these principles, these steps. You know, so we need a lot of you to think like that. A lot of the times, people who say that it's very difficult in Ghana, is because there was a time that somebody trusted them and they blew those opportunities. You know, somebody trusted you with opportunities, somebody trusted you with money, somebody trusted you with a business, and you screw it. You're manager of a place. Instead of you to be straightforward, you're trying to play fast. You'll be disgraced. Don't try to pick money that is not yours to go and build a business. You don't need it. Why? Because you lose it, 100%. I can give you 1 to 5 years, you lose every business. Why? Because that which keeps the business, you know, and makes the business grow is the expertise that you have, is the skill set, is the character that you have. It's not the money. It's not the money. You work somewhere and you pick the money and you go and start your business. See, I can tell you, give yourself 3 years, you will lose it. Why? Because you don't know how to pick a business from that level. You need to go through it so that the business, you have built a skill set to manage the business at that level. You know, so it's not, that's why, you know, some people, their boyfriends or their husbands or their wives will give them money. They start a big shop, design the place nice, and then later you go there and nothing is there. Why? Because they have the expertise. Everything you're managing. You're managing the money, you're managing the people, you're managing the product. Do you have the expertise? Do you understand the business? Do you have commitment? Do you have discipline? Those are the things that will make the business work. So it's not the money. It is not the money. So the moment you have the commitment, the discipline, the resourcefulness, you will win. It's as simple as that. All the problems that we go through is to get us to this level where we have these qualities. Then we win. So we are trying to wrap up. My name is Obeng Darko. I'm talking about you thinking of starting a business. I'm saying that most of us, those of us who have gone to school, you know, we end up, you know, working for government, and government is not having a lot of jobs anyway. But we are producing a lot of graduates. Multinationals, they're very few. So most of us will have to work for small, medium, micro businesses, or we would have to start our businesses. And I'm saying that starting a business is possible. There are a few things that you have to learn. I've said a lot on this video. You know, if I put myself in the same category, you do go to school, they choose this course for you, you go through, then you come out, you don't know what to do. You're going to make a lot of errors, a lot of mistakes. We don't want to stay small. We don't want to stay marginalized. So we want to do something with our lives. We have some big dreams in our heart, but we have nobody to help us. How do we do that? I'm saying that you have to be somebody who is ready to go through all what you have to go through to make it work, you know, to make it work. And so the 17 is study money. Study money. You're going to manage money, study it. It was not taught us in school. If you did science and those things, you have no idea what money is. And if your father was not rich, your mother was not rich, you and money, you think that you just get salary and that's what his money is. So you save to buy a car, you save to pay school fees, you save to buy a house, and you think that is money. Money is something that you have to study. There are principles, there are laws that guide, and those who have money, they understand these principles. You know, so if you don't know, if you have 100,000 cedis now, what would you use it for? You know, the decisions that you make with that money shows what you know about money. Somebody will just buy a car, you know, and change where they sleep and change their clothes and buy nice perfume, you know, and that's the understanding of money. So 2 years or it's gone. Somebody else will pick that money and build investments with it, build businesses with it. The 100,000 then becomes 10 million in 5 years. That's somebody who understands money. You know, so most people just work to get salary and spend money, and that's why they don't have any, because the data on money is wrong. You know, so money, study it. I wrote a book on money. It's called Streamline: How to Teach Yourself Money. Is on Amazon Kindle, and is in our shops in the malls. If you want hard copy, study it. A lot of the things that I teach and I write about are things that I felt I needed when I was growing. So if you think like that, you look for something, and so you are looking for information like that. So steady money is critical. Number 18 is steady people. One of the major mistakes will come from working with the wrong people, trusting the wrong people. All of us will have our share, but steady people. Your ability to pick the right people to work with and to develop will be the decider between the success and the failure of your business. The good people around you will make you succeed. Wrong people around you will delay you, will put you in detour, will actually even crash you. So steady people is very key. Steady people. What inspires them? How can you lead people if you're not interested in their well-being? And leading Ghanaians is entirely different because in our economy, we can go and stay in Abusia, in the family house. So most of us don't have debt that if you don't work, we will not pay the mortgage or something like that, So we work for different reasons, not only money, for respect as well. So you have to know how to manage our people. Very key. Even the security or the cleaner can decide not to come to work, and because somebody else did not talk to them well. Steady people. Steady systems. Study how to build structures. That's why you want to build business. Study how to build structures and systems around your business. Structures and systems don't have to be on computer. It could be just something small that you write in your notebook. Sometimes when you go to Amadeus on the market, they have their own structures and their systems that they use to manage their business. The business is profitable. They may not even have pen and book, but they have systems that they manage. They know when they go to the market to procure the items, they know where to price it. When they come, they know how to store them. They know how to talk to their customers. Those are all systems that they have built, and they can repeat them. So sometimes when we hear terms like that, we think that they're very complex things. There are things that you can easily put in place for your business to work, such that you train your team on them. And those become very unique with your business. And if any of that goes off, you can see that is a system. So think of systems. Sometimes people say that fix the system in our country. And I say that, well, did we ever have any system in the first place? We have not built any systems in Africa as to how to develop our country. And with this, the so-called modern life, the transportation system, the hospital system, the school system, the sewage system, we are yet, the colonizers did not build them, and not in West Africa. We are yet to build any of these. So when people are saying that build government system, we are yet to build a proper one that works. So we are dealing with what we have, But people say that fix it. Was it ever fixed? We are yet to, So learn how to build system and how to put processes and things in place that are unique with you and that make your business work. The other one, which is the 20th, is study the culture. You cannot succeed in any culture that you don't understand. So when you operate in Ghana, it's different from when you operate in especially when you operate in Africa, it's so much different from when you operate in the West. Study this culture. What drives us? What is important to us? The psyche of the people. How they think. What are they passionate about? If you run a business here, you have to understand that. Then it works, If you say that, I don't care, I'll bring it, you see, the culture will react. The culture will react to you. So study the culture, study it, take time. There are a lot of Africans who have, been, so they don't understand the culture. So they don't understand their own people. You cannot understand the people until you understand their culture, because the culture is what is responsible for the behavior a lot of the times of the people. It's like the fish in the pond. Whatever is in the pond, if there is poison in the pond, the fish is already poisoned. So if there's poison in the culture, you can be sure that the people are poisoned. So my name is Kwabena Darko. I want to thank you very much for taking your time to watch this, and please share the channel with your friend, with your family, with anybody who is interested in entrepreneurship, in business, in thinking, in creative thinking, in finance, because we need our people to, Africans, we need this. We need this. We don't have that option to say that, well, I want to have a job and I'm not interested. Business is not. When you hear those things, they are not here. The number of people that we are training out of our universities, the number of our young men who want to move out of here to another country, we have not that option to say that I'm just looking for a job. We are the ones to do something, no matter how little it is. Even if you create the job and it's only for yourself and nobody else, you have done something. At least you have done that for yourself. So we need a lot of our people to think differently and to think out of the selfishness. The honors, the responsibility is ours to make sure that we think systematically, we think creatively, we think in terms of industry, we think in terms of technology, we think in terms of structure, we think in terms of wealth, because for you to create wealth in a country is so different from for you to create wealth in the West. The tools, the instruments that are available to us in Ghana, in Nigeria, they are entirely different. If you start a business here, our interest rate is that high. It's over 25%. So you're not going to start that business looking for loan, because then you will fail right away. If you want to enter into real estate business, for instance, you don't go to the bank to take a loan, which is 30%, to build and rent. Because if you want to rent, for instance, apartment, you may have to build them yourself to rent. We don't have a lot of people who have built apartments solely to sell them to people who will buy them and rent them and manage them. So let's say you want to go into apartment, you have to go, build them yourself and source the money yourself, build them yourself and rent them yourself. That's the kind of economy that we have. So we are entirely different. And many of the people that you are going to sell to, the people that you are going to come and rent, they don't have credit. They use the money, they create the money that they have, and they spend accordingly. So our kind of decisions on money are entirely different. So you come. I'm not saying it's 100%, but maybe 95% of us don't have this access, So we have to build with what we have. So you must understand the financial structure of Africa, When they talk of all this, the other day I was watching somebody and he was talking about real estate, and all that they talk about is the return on investment, in the cap rate, and all those things don't necessarily apply here, because we don't have those. It's only when I have access to bank loan where I'm trying to raise money, and they give me 15 years, 20 years. All that I need to do is just be a good manager of the property. But here you have to raise the money, go and build the property yourself. So it's entirely different. If you're a young man and you come out with an IT company, for instance, it's not like somebody else will just come into rush to give you, some money to expand it quickly. No, you have to find a way to build your own money and expand the business. And that's why a lot of the times you have to look at businesses that you can get money quickly. So you buy it and you get your profit and you continue from there before you even look at production and all those things, because those are capital intensive. So if you have not created the money yourself and you want to fall on the banks, you have no business, because the rate is too high, even if they have to give you, and maybe they will not even give you. If you're waiting for angel something or investors, I don't know, so you want to engineer your part differently. You want to focus on businesses and don't get so much stuck in government contracts and political something. So leave it for the politicians. Build business that you can use your expertise to grow. Creativity, innovation. If you build business according to your strength, then you are not at the mercy of another person to say, I won't give you a contract, I won't give you this. No, because then your expertise and your commitment and the intelligent decisions that you're making will expand the business that you're building. So you grow according to how fast you're also growing as an entrepreneur. And for me, that is the best way than you trying to wait for politicians. The politicians can pick you, can take you and push you and make you a big brand, big business person, but you know that you can't sleep because you are at their service. But we need a lot of our people to think, to create businesses, engineer products, industries that we use the creativity of our people. So there are several industries. So you can look at the construction industry, you can look at the real estate industry, you can look at the retail, agro processing. You can look at our farms. You can look at the IT. You can even look at setting up a small business where you help other businesses to access funds. There are so many opportunities that are in our economy. So many. What you have to bring on board is good management and good character and commitment and systems that you can build, structures you can build to grow your business. That is where you bring, that's where you have a lot of advantage. For the difficulties and the problems, don't worry about them. They say that the people, you can build a culture where when the people come, they'll conform. It's all doable. Depends on the philosophies that you have built. It depends on the understanding that you have, the commitment, and look at the bigger picture. You're not just looking to build a business for yourself. You're building a business that is contributing to the development of our continent. You're adding value. You're bringing meaning to people. You're bringing direction. You're bringing that livelihood. Those are the things that you're looking at. You're looking at something beyond you. You're building at something that your children can pick, so that we can see this as an example to say that this is a good example, and African built this. It's not just you're looking at this support from EU or America or China. We are looking at the ones that Africans themselves have built, and we are looking at something that has been built independent of government connections, and reduce the superstition. If you meet problems in your business, it's not witchcraft, it's not demon. A lot of the times they are product of bad decisions and choices. You can correct them if you know better. So as long as you operate at the same level of information, the same level of knowledge, it's very difficult for you to change. It's very difficult for you to change when your mind is fixed at a particular way. For instance, if I'm wearing this shirt and somebody else sees, I see another person in the same shirt in town, I'll easily identify them. Why? Because it's here. Before I bought this shirt, if somebody were to wear that shirt, I wouldn't care, because it was not in my consciousness. Now the same thing. So you see what you have been conscientized to see, and we are saying that they have conscientized us to see jobs and to see profession and to become lawyer, doctor, PhD, and we are leaving the wealth for others. No, we don't have to do that. We have to bring a lot of our people to build businesses and investments. We built, out of us, a lot of them will build great businesses because we need that. So don't say that maybe the entrepreneurship is not for me. No, it's the tool we have to develop as a people. It's not just the politics. It's not just the religion. It's not just the sports and entertainment. We need creators. We need innovators, and our people have powerful minds to create. A lot of the times they doubt themselves, they mark themselves down, they think everybody else has it and we don't. We have a different culture, we have a different system, you have different troubles that you're dealing with, but in all, we can still build. And you've got to have belief and trust for ourselves. No matter how many times that we are disappointed by our people, there are still many who are good, who are looking to build a great and powerful future for all of us. So we need you to think differently. We need you to think differently. And above all, it's not just about the planning, it's about you starting. Once you start the journey, then the learning process starts. If you've not started, you have not learned anything. The best of learning in entrepreneurship, in business, is you starting. It's not just you writing the business paper, or the business book, or the business plan. It is you taking the product to the market. It is you telling people that it's ready, come and pick. When you start to get money out of the service that you're rendering, you have started, and continue to fight and build your own ecosystem of people who understand you, people who want you to do well, and people who want to succeed with you, and connect. The internet is there. Connect with like-minded people and be proud as an African. You're not deficient. You're not cursed. We are as humans as any other, and we are the brightest, so you need intelligence, you need knowledge, and don't ever forget that if you want any change, knowledge is required. Knowledge is required. So study, read, commit yourself to learning, and never give up. And I can say that you succeed with your dream if you don't give up and if you keep learning. And if you just stay to be a good person and work hard, work extra. So I want to say thank you very much. Let me mention those who took time to watch with us. Santampo, sfmdlife.com, Exploring to Grow, Filio Nana Ako, that's William Bodu, and Cha Mia. I want to say thank you very much. God bless you. Thank you very much. So we talk some other time. If you have any topic that you think we can discuss, maybe you can leave a message under this video. And please share the video with your friends and family as well. Thank you for taking your time to watch this. Thank you.